this video we're going to talk about notes in the staff. I'm going to show you the notes in the treble clef and the bass clef. We're also going to talk about how to read tablature, and that's very interesting. It's a different way of playing. If you remember, when you started your multiplication tables, the first one was the easiest. 1 times whatever is whatever. 1 times 5 equals 5. Well, then you get to the 2 times and the 3 times. But anyway, the point is that in all of multiplication, you memorized 3 times 5 equals 15. 4 times 7 equals 28. You just memorized it. It's called rote memory. And so when we learn the notes in the staff, it is by rote memory. We go over it and over it and over it until we learn them. Now, for a pianist, this is what playing the piano is all about. For a guitarist, many times we play just chords, so we can play a lifetime without ever learning a note in the staff. But to learn the notes in the treble clef for the guitar and other stringed instruments, it gives you an opportunity to pick up a piece of music that you don't know how the melody goes, and you can play it because you've learned the notes and time signatures and also note values. It's priceless. So anyway, I'll put up the notes in the treble and the bass clef. It'll be one clip, one shot. I didn't put this up, but if it's not in your books, of course, we'll discuss it along the way. One way to memorize the treble clef for the notes that you use most of the time will be learn the notes on the lines, and then in between the lines there's a space where we learn the notes of the spaces of the treble clef. So the spaces, there are 4 spaces because the staff is 5 lines. So the 4 spaces, the lowest note that we will have is F, A, C, E, bass. So that's the easier one, F, A, C, E, and it goes up because the tone goes up. So we start at the bottom, F, A, C, E, like that. Now, the lines, there's all kinds of acronyms that you can use. The one we learned growing up was the bottom line is E, every. The next line is G, good. The next line is B, boy. The next line is D, does. And the top line is F, fine. Every good boy does fine. I've heard all kinds of things about Georgia defeating Florida and all of that stuff. But anyway, learning the notes in the treble clef is priceless. So also, I'm going to put up now a picture of what is called tablature, or T-A-B for short. In tablature, you don't learn the notes, you learn the position on the strings. And so in tablature, you are working with 6 lines and no spaces because the 6 lines equate to the 6 strings on the guitar. And so before I go any further, I'm going to pick up my electric guitar so I can turn it upside down and show you how it corresponds to tablature. So as we're talking about tablature, I've got my electric guitar turned upside down. And as you will see, the lowest note on the 6 lines of tablature is down low, the low E string. Now, that makes sense, low to high. So when you're reading tablature, there are 6 lines, 6 strings, and whichever string is noted of the 6 lines, the number on the string is the fret that you play. So I've got my guitar, and if I'm going to play on the 6th string and it has a 3, it's right there, 6th string, 3rd fret. If I'm going to play on the 3rd string, 7, it's right there, 9, 2, 2, 2, and open. Okay, so the first thing that we have is well, it actually has the notes and the tab, so that's pretty good. You can see the notes. It's just a riff. It's 5-5-7-7 5-5-7-7. that first note, that low A, if I played it in open, it would be an A here. And the E would be here. And the G would be here. And the A would be here. So I was reading the notes on that one. But by reading the tablature, they're putting us here on the 6th string, the bottom line, fret number 5. And it's 8th notes, 1 and. Then we go to the 5th string, but the 7th fret, 8th notes, 2 and. Now we go to the 3rd string, and there's a number 5 on that 3rd string, and so it's a 5, 5, 8th notes. And on that same, I'm sorry, that was the 4th string, 6, 5, 4, my bad. And so the final is on the 7th fret of the 4th string, 8th notes. So you've got 5, 5, 7, 7. And that's reading tablature. Now, the next piece is kind of a gospel, traditional gospel folk song, Down to the River to Pray. Again, we have both the notes in the staff, but also we have the tablature. For this printout, you would have to look at the notes in the top line, you know, with the G, the treble clef, to see if it's a quarter note or an 8th note or a half note. There's no notation of that on the tablature, T-A-B, tab. But I'm going to play this off of the tablature, and I'm going to try to say the notes as I play them. Instead of 0, I'm just going to say O. O. It's hard for a southern boy not to say O. So I'm going to try to chop it off and say O. Anyway, I'm going to play the tablature and do my best to play it and call out the O's and the 2's and the 3's. I'm just going to play the first 2 lines. This is in a 2/4 time, which is like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, play O, O, 2, O, 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 2, 2, 2, O, 2, O, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, O, 2, O, O, 2, O. There you go. Now, if you wanted to, you could come behind that and record, as I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who can wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down, down to the river to pray. Treble clef, notes in the treble clef, lines and spaces, tablature like the guitar's upside down, the low note is the 6th string, and the high note of the 6 lines is the E, open E high. Good luck with that. It takes more than luck, it's practice, practice, and lovingly practice.